Moments are the very fabric that shapes a life of meaning and leads to a joyous outcome. Faith and happiness are intertwined, proven by the lives of those who have reached extraordinary success, inspiring us to relentlessly pursue what we are passionate about. So, chosen one, are you seeking that passion to draw closer to the divine? And do you trust in the perfect timing that will allow you to touch that sacred moment? Because right now, this moment, this very moment, is meant for you. Every struggle you've endured, every tear you've shed, and every prayer whispered in the stillness has woven its way into the very fabric of your journey, bringing you here to this precise moment of awakening. Can you feel it? The air around you is changing, and what once seemed out of reach is now unfolding before your eyes. You fought battles that many could never fathom, endured hardships that tested your faith to its core, leaving you questioning whether brighter days would ever return. But now, like the sweet melody of a hymn playing softly in the background, you can sense the blessings falling gently upon you, like grace on your skin, filling every corner of your being with hope and peace. This is your moment, chosen one. The storm is over, and a new dawn is breaking. The journey that once seemed impossible is now within your grasp. Trust in this divine timing. You are exactly where you are meant to be. What if I told you that your struggles were never meant to defeat you, but to strengthen you for a victory so remarkable that it will leave others in awe? As we embark on this journey together, I invite you to pause and reflect for a moment. Could it be that all you've endured, the pain, the setbacks, the moments of solitude, are part of a divine plan preparing you for the breakthrough that awaits? What if those long, dark nights were the very process needed to build the strength and faith that will carry you into the blessings now on the horizon? The answers you've been seeking are closer than you realize, and this message has found you at just the right time. For your transformation is on the brink of unfolding. Before we move forward, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to this incredible community of faith. To everyone who has left comments, shared these messages, or supported this mission through super thanks. Your generosity and unwavering faith inspire us all. You are a part of something far greater than yourself, and together we are illuminating the path for others. If this message speaks to your soul, I invite you to affirm your readiness by commenting 999 below. What if this small act of faith is the first step toward the breakthrough you've been longing for? Now, let's pause and consider. Could it be that your struggles were never meant to define you, but to elevate you to something greater? What if your greatest challenges were preparing you for blessings so unimaginable they could only come from God? Stay with me, because in the moments ahead, we'll uncover the profound truth behind your journey. We'll explore why your victory is not just on the horizon, it's already here, waiting for you to embrace it. This is your time, chosen one. Let's step boldly into this new chapter together and discover the life-changing power of what God has in store for you. God's chosen one, your struggles are over. A new chapter begins. 1. Recognizing the end of a cycle. Chosen one, every storm in life carries a purpose, and every trial has a divine expiration date. The struggles you've endured, the mountains you've climbed, and those seemingly endless nights spent questioning your path were not random nor meaningless. These moments were part of a divine plan to mold you, to refine your spirit like gold in the fire. As challenging as this season has been, it wasn't designed to break you. It was orchestrated to prepare you for something extraordinary. And now that season of hardship is reaching its end. Have you begun to notice a shift in the atmosphere? The weight that once pressed so heavily on your shoulders feels lighter, doesn't it? Perhaps areas in your life that were stagnant are beginning to move again. Relationships that once drained your spirit are dissolving, and in their place you find connections that uplift and encourage you. Doors that once seemed sealed shut are beginning to creak open, revealing glimpses of new opportunities. Does it all feel like a coincidence? It's not. These are divine signals, God's way of showing you that the chapter of struggle is closing, making way for a season filled with joy, abundance, and purpose. This transformation may feel almost dreamlike. After dwelling so long in survival mode, the idea of stepping into peace and ease might seem foreign. But this is your new reality, a gift carefully prepared for you. Consider the words of Isaiah 61:3. Which remind us that God gives a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. Each tear you've cried, every doubt that gnawed at your faith, and every sleepless night were the chisels that shaped you into the person you are today. Can you sense how far you've come? You've been strengthened, molded, and equipped in ways you never imagined. What new challenges will you now face with this wisdom? How will the strength you've developed become a blessing to others? As you stand at this turning point, remember, You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are victorious, stepping boldly into a divine promise where the pain of yesterday becomes the fuel for tomorrow's triumphs. Trust this transition, for it is not only the end of a season, it is the beginning of your destiny. Reflect for a moment on the person you were when this challenging cycle began. Can you even recognize that version of yourself now? You've changed, chosen one. The trials you faced compelled you to reach depths within your soul that you never knew existed. They pushed you to discover patience when answers were delayed, to summon strength when giving up felt like the only option, and to recognize your own immeasurable worth. This isn't merely the conclusion of a difficult season, it's a profound transformation. The pain you endured wasn't wasted, it's being transformed into purpose. As Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. The challenges that once loomed as unscalable walls have become stepping stones, propelling you toward your higher calling. These trials didn't defeat you, they refined you, sculpting you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. Can you feel the shift within, as if a new chapter is unfolding before your very eyes? The universe, God's intricate masterpiece, has been orchestrating every step of your journey. It has seen your perseverance, even when no one else noticed. It has heard your whispered prayers, your cries of desperation, and the affirmations you clung to when all seemed lost. Now, in a divine display of faithfulness, those prayers are being answered in ways you could scarcely imagine. What does it feel like to witness the seeds of faith you planted begin to bloom? This is not simply the end of a struggle, it is the dawn of a new era in your life. An era marked by freedom, joy, and an open invitation to step fully into your purpose. Have you noticed the signs, the synchronicities, the expected blessings, and the calm replacing the chaos? They're not mere coincidences. These are divine confirmations that the storm has passed and the skies are clearing. Jeremiah 9:11 promises, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Do you believe that this future is unfolding for you now? Embrace this season of renewal, for it is a gift born of your endurance. This is your moment to shed the weight of the past, to step boldly into the abundance waiting for you, and to celebrate the beauty of what's ahead. The journey has prepared you, chosen one, and what lies before you is greater than you've ever dreamed. Are you ready to fully receive it? 2. The lessons in the pain why you had to endure. Chosen one, as you step into this new chapter of your life, take a moment to reflect deeply on the trials that brought you here. Pain, though often difficult to understand in the moment, serves as one of life's greatest teachers. Each hardship, every setback, and even the tears you thought would never stop flowing had a purpose far greater than the suffering itself. These moments weren't just random or meaningless, they were intentional, shaping you into the extraordinary person you were always destined to become. It wasn't easy, and it may not have felt fair, but it was absolutely essential for your growth and elevation. Consider the lessons hidden within the pain. Perhaps you uncovered a strength you never thought you possessed. Did you learn to set boundaries where you once allowed others to take advantage? Did you finally see your own worth and begin to value yourself as God values you? Maybe you found your voice, learned to trust your intuition, or realized the power of saying no to things that didn't align with your purpose. These lessons are not trivial, they are transformative. The trials you endured were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to equip you, to fortify you, and to prepare you for the greatness that awaits. Sometimes, God allows us to walk through seasons of pain and uncertainty because He's preparing us for a purpose we cannot yet see. As Romans 5:3-4 reminds us, we glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. Have you noticed how much resilience you've built through these trials? The struggle stripped away what no longer served you, even when it felt like unbearable loss. Yet, in that stripping away, you gained clarity, patience, and the strength to withstand future challenges. Without these trials, would you be ready for the blessings that are on their way? The beauty of this process is that nothing you've endured will go to waste. Every lesson learned and every scar earned will serve as a foundation for the abundant life God is calling you into. The pain wasn't a punishment, it was a preparation. As you stand at the threshold of this new chapter, think about how the wisdom you've gained will guide your next steps. How will the boundaries you've set protect your peace? How will the strength you've discovered empower you to seize new opportunities? Chosen one, trust that everything you've experienced was a vital part of your transformation. The pain may have seemed endless, but it was a catalyst propelling you into a version of yourself that is capable of receiving and stewarding the blessings ahead. Remember, God promises in Isaiah 61:7, instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion. and instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance. Can you feel the weight of that promise? The trials you face may have felt unrelenting, and at times you might have wondered whether you'd ever emerge from the depths of hardship. But let me tell you something. The challenges you've walked through have not been in vain. The pain you've experienced, the doubts you've carried, and the moments of feeling lost were all part of a grander plan, a blueprint that was preparing you for this very moment. The trials may have ended, but their lessons will continue to guide you, shaping you as you step into a new season, one filled with joy, abundance, and fulfillment. The wisdom you've gained through your struggles is a priceless treasure. It's not something that can be bought or easily earned, but something forged in the fires of adversity. With every tear, every setback, you became more resilient, more compassionate, and more attuned to the desires of your heart. The lessons you've learned, whether it was how to find peace in the midst of chaos, how to set healthy boundaries, or how to trust yourself when the world seemed uncertain, have all paved the way for the incredible blessings that are now ready to unfold before you. As you stand at the threshold of this new chapter, remember that the universe, or God's divine plan, works in perfect harmony. Your journey is not linear, and your growth is not always immediately visible. But each step forward has been taking you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. It's not just a life of material wealth, but a life brimming with inner peace, a deep sense of purpose, and a heart overflowing with gratitude. The abundance awaiting you is not simply about having more, but about being more aligned with your true self, more connected to your purpose, and more open to receiving the love and opportunities that are meant for you. The lessons from your trials have equipped you to handle the blessings with grace, to embrace them fully, and to share them with those around you. In this new season, you'll find that joy flows more easily. Opportunities present themselves with divine timing, and your heart feels lighter, freer, and more alive than ever before. This is the season where your faith and perseverance meet their reward. The darkness has passed, and the light of new beginnings is shining brighter than you could have ever imagined. Take a deep breath and step boldly into this season, knowing that every trial, every lesson, and every moment of growth has brought you to this very moment, a moment filled with unlimited potential. 3. The signs of transformation, recognizing the shift. As the energy around you begins to shift, chosen one, the universe will start to reveal unmistakable signs that your life is moving in a new divine direction. These signs may appear subtle at first, but as you tune in and pay attention, their significance becomes undeniable. Have you been noticing repeating numbers like 111, 444, or 777? These patterns are not random. They are divine messages, symbolic of alignment and a higher calling. Perhaps unexpected opportunities are beginning to surface, or a newfound sense of calm is replacing the chaos that once surrounded you. These are the whispers of transformation, gently nudging you toward your destiny. You may also observe that certain relationships or situations seem to be naturally falling away. While this might initially feel like loss, it's actually the universe clearing space for what's meant to come. Consider John 15:2, which reminds us, "He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful." Letting go can feel like a painful process, but it's necessary for growth. The connections and circumstances being removed from your life were not aligned with your purpose. Can you feel the freedom and lightness that come with releasing what no longer serves you? During this time, your intuition will become sharper, almost like an internal compass guiding you toward your next steps. Pay attention to the quiet whispers of your heart, those gut feelings that seem to know the truth before your mind catches up. Perhaps you feel drawn to new places, people, or opportunities that align with your soul's journey. These aren't coincidences, they're divine appointments. How often do we dismiss these intuitive nudges, only to later realize they were leading us to exactly where we needed to be? Trust these feelings, even if they defy logic or reason. Proverbs 3:5 encourages us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." The universe is speaking to you in ways that words cannot fully capture, affirming that you are indeed on the right path. Every sign you encounter is both a confirmation of your alignment and an invitation to step boldly into this new reality. Take this time to remain present and open. Look for synchronicities, the little miracles that remind you that life is working in your favor. When an opportunity arises out of nowhere, or a sense of peace washes over you in the middle of uncertainty, embrace it with gratitude. Synchronicities can show up in a variety of ways. Perhaps you're thinking about someone you haven't spoken to in a while, and within moments you receive a message from them. Or you may be reflecting on a dream or a goal, and out of nowhere, an opportunity appears that aligns perfectly with your vision. These coincidences are the universe's way of validating your desires, your path, and your intuition. They serve as small confirmations that you are moving in the direction you're meant to be, even when the road ahead feels uncertain or unclear. Sometimes, these synchronicities are not as dramatic, but just as meaningful. For example, you might be contemplating a tough decision, unsure which way to go, and then, through an innocent conversation with a stranger or a passage in a book, the answer reveals itself. Or you might be feeling overwhelmed, lost in the hustle of daily life, and then a deep sense of peace washes over you, almost as if time itself pauses for a brief moment, allowing you to breathe and refocus. These quiet moments of clarity are just as significant as the louder signs because they ground you in the present and remind you that you are not alone in your journey. The beauty of synchronicities lies in their unpredictability. They don't happen on a set schedule or by any deliberate planning. They appear when you least expect them, often when you are in a state of surrender, releasing your need for control. It is in those moments of letting go that you allow the universe to step in and work its magic. And when you are fully engaged in the here and now, you are more likely to notice these signs when they occur. When your mind is free from distractions and your heart is open, you'll see the opportunities and miracles that have always been there, waiting for you to recognize them. It's important to remember that synchronicities don't always look like what you expect. Sometimes they come in unexpected forms or lead to outcomes that you didn't foresee. For instance, a sudden change in your circumstances like losing a job or a relationship ending may initially seem like a setback, but it could be exactly what you needed to make space for something even better. When you remain open to the flow of life, you can begin to trust that even the seemingly challenging moments are part of a larger divine plan. So, whenever you find yourself in a moment of uncertainty, pause, breathe, and trust. Look around you with fresh eyes, attuned to the signs that the universe is offering you. Be open to the magic of synchronicity, and be grateful for each little miracle that crosses your path. These small yet profound moments will guide you toward your highest good, offering you glimpses of the divine plan unfolding in real time. Remember, when you stay present, you allow yourself to fully experience the richness of the journey, and in doing so, you discover that life is working for you, not against you. These signs are not just random occurrences, they are sacred evidence that transformation is unfolding in your life. Chosen one. The signs are more than confirmations of what's happening. They're a glimpse into what's ahead. They're the universe's way of calling you into your purpose, asking you to trust the process even when the path seems unclear. Are you ready to accept this invitation and step fully into the life that awaits you? Know that each sign is a promise of the beautiful reality you're stepping into, one filled with abundance, purpose, and divine alignment. 4. Letting go of the old, creating space for the new. To fully step into this season of renewal, chosen one, you must master the sacred art of release. The pain of past wounds, the lingering regrets, the endless what-ifs, and the stories you've repeated about how things might have been different, all of these must now be laid to rest. These experiences were not without purpose. They served as powerful teachers, imparting lessons that forged your resilience and wisdom. Yet, their season in your life is over. It's time to open your hands and let them go, creating room for the extraordinary blessings that are poised to flow into your life. Letting go is an act of deep faith, and though it is sacred, it is far from easy. Releasing the familiar, even when it no longer serves you, requires immense courage. There's a strange comfort in holding on to what's known, even if it weighs you down. But reflect on Hebrews 12:1, which urges us, "Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." How can you run toward your purpose while carrying the weight of old pain and outdated stories? This is your moment to release those burdens. Let go of the habits, patterns, and narratives that have tethered you to a version of yourself that no longer exists. What would it feel like to release the chains of self-doubt and regret? As you begin this process of letting go, you'll notice an extraordinary transformation taking place within you. The heaviness that once consumed your spirit will begin to lift. Those burdens you thought were unmovable will dissolve, as if swept away by a divine hand. Clarity will replace confusion, and peace will take the place of turmoil. Can you imagine what it would feel like to step into each day unencumbered, with a heart light enough to embrace the possibilities God has in store for you? Isaiah 43:18-19 offers reassurance. "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" The past has fulfilled its purpose. It prepared you for this very moment. By letting go, you are not denying the significance of your experiences. Instead, you are honoring them for the role they played in your growth while allowing yourself the freedom to move forward. Imagine your life as a garden. How can new seeds of abundance and joy take root if the soil remains cluttered with old debris? This act of release is how you create fertile ground for your future. Chosen one, the process may feel uncertain, even uncomfortable, but it is through this surrender that you will find your liberation. What once felt impossible will now seem within reach because you've cleared the path for it. Are you ready to release what no longer serves you and step boldly into the life God has prepared for you? Trust that as you let go, the new blessings coming your way will not only fill the empty spaces, but will overflow with abundance and purpose. Letting go, chosen one, is not about loss, it's about creation. By releasing what no longer serves you, you're not leaving an empty space behind. You're opening a door to blessings, opportunities, and connections that are designed to align with the person you are becoming. This sacred act requires trust in yourself, trust in the divine timing of the universe, and trust that as you release pain, regrets, and outdated relationships, you're making room for joy, love, and abundance. Can you feel the freedom that comes from believing that what's ahead is greater than anything left behind? Releasing what no longer serves you is an act of faith. It's trusting that the relationships you've outgrown will be replaced by those that uplift and inspire you. It's knowing that the opportunities you lost weren't part of God's plan for you, and that what's coming is immeasurably greater than anything you could have imagined. Jeremiah assures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." How comforting is it to know that the universe doesn't take away without preparing to give back in abundance? The process of letting go may feel unsettling at first. You might question your choices or worry about what lies ahead. But remember, chosen one, growth rarely feels comfortable. It challenges you, pulling you out of your comfort zone and into your greatest potential. Just as a seed must break open to sprout, you too must endure moments of discomfort to step fully into your purpose. Isn't it fascinating how the moments that stretch us the most often bring us the closest to our dreams? Each step you take in letting go is a step toward the life you've been longing for. This is not about forgetting the past, but honoring it for the role it played while choosing not to let it define you. Letting go is an act of self-love. It's a bold declaration that you refuse to carry burdens that weigh you down any longer. It's a commitment to your own peace, joy, and alignment. A statement that you are ready to prioritize the life you deserve over the comfort of the familiar. As you release the old, you send a powerful message to the universe. I am ready. I trust in your plan. This is not an act of surrender to emptiness, but an act of creation, for the space you clear becomes fertile ground for new beginnings. Think of this as a divine exchange. Your release plants seeds of possibility, and these seeds will blossom into the most beautiful expressions of your dreams and desires. Do you see how this process, though difficult, is inherently hopeful and creative? Trust in the wisdom of God's plan, chosen one. The relationships, opportunities, and experiences leaving your life have fulfilled their purpose. They are making way for something far greater. As Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. This is not just a moment of letting go, it's a moment of rebirth. You're stepping into a season where your life will reflect the highest version of yourself, the person God has always known you could be. Embrace this transformation with open arms and an open heart. Trust that the best is yet to come, and know that as you release the old, you are creating space for unimaginable joy and abundance. What will you do with this new beginning? How will you embrace the life you've been destined to live? The answers are already unfolding, and they are more beautiful than you could ever have dreamed. 5. The role of faith, trusting the process. Faith, chosen one, has been the unshakable anchor in the storm of your journey through the darkest nights, when the path ahead seemed obscured by doubt and fear. You clung to the hope that transformation was possible. That hope, that faith, was never misplaced. It was the quiet but powerful force that sustained you, aligning your heart and mind with the possibility of renewal. Faith isn't only about believing in something greater than yourself, it's about trusting that you too are part of that greatness. It's trusting that within you lies the strength, wisdom, and resilience to overcome any obstacle. Can you see now how every step you've taken, even the ones clouded in uncertainty, has been divinely orchestrated to bring you to this point? As you step into this new season, let faith continue to be your guiding star. Trust that the universe, God's creation, has a plan for you, even when the entire picture isn't yet revealed. Just as Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. How many times have delays and detours in your life led to something greater than you imagined? These moments weren't setbacks, they were preparations, each one shaping you for this breakthrough. Faith is not a passive feeling, it is an active choice. It's choosing to believe in the good that is yet to come, even when circumstances seem bleak. It's choosing to trust that every closed door was a redirection toward a better one, and every unanswered prayer was a blessing in disguise. Reflect on the power of faith you've already witnessed in your life, the times when you thought you couldn't go on but did, the moments when grace appeared just when you needed it most. Weren't these proof of something greater at work? Now, as you move forward, let faith be your compass. Trust not only in God's plan, but in your ability to navigate whatever lies ahead. Imagine the freedom of knowing that you don't need to have all the answers right now, because your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. How would your life change if you truly believed that every trial, every tear, and every triumph was leading you closer to the blessings destined for you? Faith also requires surrender. It's trusting that the best is yet to come, even when you can't yet see it. Consider the words of Jeremiah 17:7-8, which say, "Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes, its leaves are always green." This kind of faith allows you to remain grounded and flourishing, even in times of uncertainty. You've already demonstrated the extraordinary power of faith, chosen one. It was faith that carried you through the storms, and it is faith that will lead you into this next chapter. Trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor, that God is making all things work together for your good. What will you do now with this unshakable foundation of faith? How will you allow it to shape your decisions, your actions, and your outlook as you embrace the season of abundance and renewal? Faith is not just the bridge that brought you here, it's the wings that will carry you forward. So step boldly into the life that awaits you, knowing that you are held, guided, and deeply loved. The best is yet to come, and you are ready to receive it. 6. The dawn of abundance, welcoming what you deserve. Chosen one, the storm has passed, and the dawn of a new season is here. As the light begins to illuminate your path, you are stepping into a time of abundance so extraordinary that it feels almost surreal. This is not just a fleeting moment of relief, it is the culmination of everything you have endured and everything you have fought to hold on to. Every tear you shed, every step you took when the journey seemed impossible, and every ounce of faith you clung to in the darkness has brought you to this divine reward. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has been orchestrating this chapter just for you. And now, the moment has arrived for you to embrace it fully. The trials you faced were never meant to break you. They were meant to transform you. They shook you out of your comfort zone, stripped away illusions, and aligned you with the highest version of yourself. Think of the words in James, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." Every challenge you overcame was a step toward the blessings that are now ready to flow into your life. Do you see how the pain, though difficult, was preparing you for this abundance? The strength you've gained, the resilience you've built, and the lessons you've learned have all prepared you to receive these blessings. Would you have been ready for this moment if you hadn't endured the fire that refined you? The struggles that once seemed insurmountable have become the foundation upon which your new reality is built. Nothing was wasted. Every experience had a purpose, paving the way for the fulfillment you are about to experience. Now, as this season of abundance unfolds, it's time to shift your mindset. You are no longer striving to survive. You are stepping into a life where thriving is your new normal. Can you open your heart fully to receive what you deserve? This abundance is not something you need to chase or force. It is already aligned with you, just as Deuteronomy 8:12 promises. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands. How will you step into this promise, knowing that the blessings before you are both earned and divinely appointed? This chapter is also a call to gratitude. As you begin to experience the fruits of your faith and perseverance, take time to reflect on the journey that brought you here. Gratitude will not only magnify your blessings, but also deepen your connection to the divine. What are you most thankful for at this moment? How has your faith carried you, even when you couldn't see the way forward? Chosen one, this is your time. The abundance flowing into your life is not just material, it's spiritual, emotional, and deeply fulfilling. It's the relationships that uplift you, the opportunities that align with your purpose, and the peace that surpasses understanding. Let this new season remind you of the promise in Isaiah 61. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Your light is shining brighter than ever, and the universe is responding with overflowing blessings. Embrace this moment with an open heart and a spirit of joy. Trust that what is coming into your life is not just enough, it's more than enough. You are stepping into a reality that reflects your highest self and aligns perfectly with your divine purpose. This is not just the dawn of abundance, It is the beginning of a life filled with endless possibilities, love, and joy. The question now is not whether you deserve it, because you do, but how fully you will allow yourself to receive it. Are you ready to claim the abundance that has always been waiting for you? Abundance, chosen one, is so much more than material wealth or visible achievements. True abundance is a deep well of fulfillment, a profound inner peace, and a life that aligns perfectly with your soul's highest calling. In this new chapter, you will encounter opportunities that resonate deeply with your spirit, connections that uplift and inspire you, and experiences that reaffirm your worth and your divine path. Picture yourself surrounded by people who not only recognize your value, but cherish your energy and contribute to your joy and growth. These relationships and moments create a richness in life that far surpasses monetary gain. This is abundance in its truest sense. Have you begun to notice that areas of your life that once felt stagnant or challenging now flow with remarkable ease? Doors you thought were closed are suddenly swinging open. Opportunities you've dreamed of are showing up without the need for relentless effort. This is the beauty of divine alignment. The universe responding to the energy you've poured out. Your love, kindness, faith, and tireless perseverance are being returned to you, multiplied in ways that defy explanation. This is not mere coincidence or luck, chosen one. As Galatians 6:9 reminds us, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. What you are experiencing now is the harvest of your unwavering commitment to staying true to your path. The abundance pouring into your life is not accidental. It is the natural result of your alignment with your highest self. It is a divine reward for your resilience, growth, and faithfulness, proving that the universe is always working in your favor. Yet, as you step into this season of abundance, it's crucial to approach it with open arms and an open heart. Let go of any lingering doubts or fears that whisper you are not ready or unworthy of these blessings. Trust in the work you've done and in the person you've become. Remember, Ephesians 3:20 promises that God is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. The blessings before you are evidence that the universe knows you are fully prepared for this moment. Can you feel the weight of that affirmation? Abundance also requires gratitude. Recognize the journey that brought you here and honor the challenges that refined you. Each struggle was a stepping stone, each delay a lesson in patience, and each closed door a redirection towards something better. Now, the ease you're experiencing is not just a blessing, it's the fruit of every seed you've planted, watered by your faith and resilience. This is your moment to bask in the abundance that has always been meant for you. Trust that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. How will you step fully into this season, free of fear and hesitation? Will you allow yourself to embrace the joy, fulfillment, and peace that have been waiting for you? Chosen one, this is your time. The universe has conspired to align every detail in your favor, and the blessings you are receiving now are just the beginning. Open your heart, release your doubts, and step boldly into the life you've always been destined to live. As you enter this new chapter, chosen one, let this truth guide you. Abundance is not meant to be hoarded, it is meant to flow. The blessings pouring into your life are not just for you to enjoy, but for you to share, creating ripples that uplift and inspire those around you. When you receive with gratitude and give with generosity, you become a vessel through which abundance continues to circulate. This act of sharing not only blesses others, but keeps the cycle of prosperity alive in your own life. As Luke 6:38 reminds us, give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. This is your time, chosen one. Every storm you weathered, every obstacle you overcame, and every moment of faith you clung to has brought you to this point. You've shown the universe and yourself that you are strong, capable, and deserving of the life you've been dreaming of. Reflect for a moment on all that you've endured and how it has shaped you. Doesn't this abundance feel even more meaningful, knowing the journey it took to get here? Embrace this season of abundance with confidence, knowing that it is not just a reward for your perseverance, it is your birthright. You were always meant to experience the fullness of joy, peace, and fulfillment. Sometimes the path was hard to see, but even in your darkest moments, the universe was working in your favor, aligning every detail to bring you to this moment. Romans 8:28 assures us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. How can you trust even more deeply now, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should? Let this new chapter fill you with a sense of gratitude and renewed purpose. Each step you take forward is a testament to the strength you've gained and the faith you've nurtured. As you walk into this season of unimaginable blessings, ask yourself, How will you use these gifts to further your purpose? How will your abundance create opportunities for others to rise and thrive alongside you? Remember, this is only the beginning. The blessings you are stepping into now are not the final destination, but the foundation for even greater things to come. With each act of generosity, with every moment of gratitude, you align yourself even more deeply with the flow of divine abundance. Trust that the universe is conspiring to elevate you further, and take each step forward with joy, faith, and the unshakable knowledge that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Chosen one, the light on your path is brighter than ever, and the future ahead is filled with promise. Embrace it with open arms and an open heart, knowing that this season of blessings is the beginning of something extraordinary. How will you honor this gift, and what will you create with it? The possibilities are limitless, and the journey ahead is yours to shape. 7. Walking forward with confidence in the life you've earned. Chosen one, the long night has passed, and the dawn of a new reality is here. You have reached the end of the struggle that once defined your days, and now it's time to step forward with unwavering confidence. This is your moment to shine, to claim your power unapologetically, and to live the life you've always known was meant for you. The lessons you've learned, the strength you've cultivated, and the resilience you've built are not just remnants of the past. They are the tools that will guide you as you step boldly into this extraordinary chapter. This is more than the end of a difficult season. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. You are no longer shaped by the struggles that once weighed you down. Instead, you are defined by the way you rose above them, the way you turned adversity into purpose and challenges into stepping stones. Consider the words of 2 Corinthians 4:17, which remind us that our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. Every pain you endured has prepared you for this season of triumph. Do you see how far you've come? Your journey stands as proof of your greatness. The strength you've demonstrated, the faith you've held on to, and the transformation you've undergone are a testament to the person you are always destined to become. The universe has taken notice, and now it's responding with blessings tailored for you. Can you feel the shift? Can you sense that this new chapter is not just an ending, but a launching pad for your wildest dreams? As you move forward, let your heart remain open to new possibilities, and keep your mind focused on the vision of your highest self. The worst is behind you, the chosen one. Now is the time to dream even bigger, to imagine a future overflowing with abundance, joy, and purpose. This is not the time to play small or to doubt your readiness. You've proven to yourself and the universe that you are capable, deserving, and prepared for the greatness that awaits. The setbacks you once endured have served their purpose. They were not the final chapters of your story, but the foundation for the life you are now stepping into. Like gold refined in fire, you have emerged stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever before. Isaiah 0:31 offers encouragement, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Isn't it time to spread your wings and soar into the abundant life that has been waiting for you? Celebrate how far you've come. And don't be afraid to embrace the blessings now unfolding in your life. This is your time, chosen one. The pain, the doubts, and the struggles are over. They have refined and prepared you for this moment. What will you create with this newfound freedom and confidence? How will you allow your light to shine even brighter in the world? Step forward boldly, with gratitude in your heart and a vision for all that lies ahead. This is not just the beginning of a new chapter, it's the start of a life that reflects your highest potential. The best is yet to come. Choose one, and you are ready to receive it. Walk forward, not as the person you once were, but as the powerful, resilient, and extraordinary individual you have become. The life you've earned is here, waiting for you to embrace it fully. As we bring this message to a close, let's take a moment to truly embrace the depth of what God is doing in your life. You've endured battles that others could not even comprehend. You've faced storms that seemed endless, and you've walked through valleys where it felt like no light could shine. But here's the truth, you were never alone. God was there in every moment, orchestrating your story, preparing your heart, and strengthening your spirit. The end of your struggle is not just the conclusion of a painful chapter, it's the beginning of a victorious season designed specifically for you. As one of God's chosen, this moment is a turning point. Just as Joseph moved from the pit to the palace, your trials are transforming into testimonies. God is about to elevate you in ways that will leave you and everyone around you in awe. Remember the promise of Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. That means nothing you faced will be wasted. Every struggle has been part of your preparation for the blessings to come. If this message has touched your heart, inspired your spirit, or given you hope, I humbly invite you to support this ministry through a super thanks donation. Your generosity allows us to continue sharing these messages of faith and encouragement with a world that desperately needs them. And if you're not in a position to donate, please know that your presence here, your engagement, and your prayers are a blessing that cannot be measured. I thank each and every one of you, whether you give or not, for being part of this journey and for allowing these words to be a part of your day. Before you leave, I'd like to encourage you to take a few simple but impactful steps. Please, like this video. It helps ensure more people are blessed by this message. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future content filled with hope and God's truth. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know how this message has spoken to you or how God has been working in your life. Don't stop there. Share this video with someone who may be struggling, someone who needs to know that their battle is almost over. Together, we can spread the light of Christ to more hearts and lives. As you move forward, carry this truth with you. You are not only loved and chosen, you are victorious in Christ. Whatever has been holding you back is breaking. Whatever has weighed you down is lifting. This is the season where you will rise not because of your own strength, but because God has ordained it. His hand is upon you, His favor surrounds you, and His love will never fail. Walk boldly into this next chapter, trusting that the one who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1:6. May the Lord's blessings be upon you, guiding you and granting you a peace that transcends all understanding. May His goodness and mercy accompany you throughout your life, and may your heart overflow with joy as you see His promises unfold before you. Thank you for being a part of this message, for your unwavering faith, and for your dedication to seeking God's truth. Until we meet again, may you remain steadfast, uplifted, and wrapped in His eternal love. I deeply appreciate your support, your presence, and your willingness to join in this journey of faith. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay blessed, chosen ones, and never forget that you are deeply loved by the Creator of all. When a new chapter of your life begins to unfold, there's an undeniable sense that everything is aligning to reveal the full potential within you. This isn't just another moment, it's the beginning of an extraordinary journey that has long been waiting to unfold. Imagine discovering a truth so powerful, so life-changing, that it could unlock the very essence of your destiny. Are you ready to embrace what has been hidden, waiting for this perfect time to come into the light? If you are ready to embrace perfect moments and profound truths, take a moment to comment 77 below. Prepare your mind and spirit to embark on the journey of your mission toward the final blessings that await you ahead. Humanity, from the moment of birth, is marked by a destiny that cannot be avoided. Yet, this is not a rigid path, but a journey shaped by the choices we make, the decisions we face, and the challenges we encounter. Destiny is not a fixed fate. It is the intertwining of the limitless potential within each individual and the opportunities the universe places before us. It is not merely a destination, but a process, an unfolding journey, step by step, moment by moment, where each person must discover their own path deep within their soul. What if the key to unlocking your sacred, prosperous destiny lies right before your eyes, concealed beneath layers of secrets? Authorities have uncovered something truly astonishing, a hidden account linked to your name, containing wealth and opportunities you never knew existed. How could such a monumental discovery remain buried for so long? Who hid it, and why is it being revealed now? These questions aren't just curiosity, they are a reflection of your journey, of forces beyond your control that have shaped your path. Someone close to you, driven by greed or fear, chose to withhold this blessing. But as we know, no secret stays hidden forever. This discovery isn't merely about material wealth, it's a profound revelation of the true potential that resides within you, a reflection of the very best of humanity, a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered. This is your moment of awakening, where the full power of your potential is about to shine through, and it changes everything. For years, you may have felt as though the dreams in your heart were always just beyond your grasp, like stars in the night sky, visible but unattainable. But now, this moment serves as a profound reminder from God: you have never been forgotten. What has been prepared for you by the divine cannot be lost forever, no matter how distant it may have seemed. Have you ever felt a deep yearning, a sense that you were created for something extraordinary, only to encounter obstacles that made the path seem impossible? Those feelings weren't coincidences, they were echoes of God's purpose, gently reminding you of the destiny placed upon your life. Remember the promise in Jeremiah 9:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." The desires within you were planted by God, not as fleeting wishes, but as a covenant of the blessings meant for you. This breakthrough you're experiencing now is living proof of the blessings born from your steadfast faith, even through seasons of challenge. It is a reflection of your resilience and trust in God's perfect timing. Like Ruth, who found redemption and favor after enduring loss, you are entering a season of restoration and overflowing grace. Do you feel the stirring in your spirit, urging you to claim what has always been yours? Let go of hesitation or disbelief. Instead, stand boldly and affirm, "I step into my destiny," and align yourself with the divine favor that has been waiting for you to embrace it. Remember, faith without works is dead. James 2:26. As you take this step of faith, you are unlocking a truth that has long been concealed. What will you do with this chance? Will you seize it or let it pass by? This is your moment to act, and once you take that step, there will be no turning back from the life God has destined for you. For far too long, you may have felt as though life was unfair, as if the odds were always stacked against you. Have you ever wondered why others seem to move ahead effortlessly, while you're left struggling, despite all the sacrifices and hard work you've put in? But through every challenge, God has been watching. He's seen the tears you've shed in secret, the sleepless nights filled with quiet prayers, and the sacrifices that no one else knew about. Have you ever felt like your prayers went unanswered, as if heaven had turned its back on you? Now here's your answer. This blessing isn't by chance, it's divine justice finding its rightful place. Let this revelation remind you of God's promise in Galatians 6:9. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Those long nights and earnest prayers were not in vain. Can you see now how God has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything to bring your blessing to fruition? This is your harvest, your moment of restoration, because you never gave up. This is the proof that what is truly yours can never be taken away for good. Those who plotted against you, thinking they could bury your blessings out of envy or greed, are now watching their schemes crumble. How often have you wondered if justice would ever prevail? God has answered, just as he promised in Isaiah 4:17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. Can you feel the weight of this truth stirring in your soul? It's God's justice unfolding. What was once hidden is now being brought into the light. Remember the assurance in Luke 12:2. There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed or hidden that will not be made known. Can you imagine the astonishment of those who tried to keep this blessing from you, now witnessing God's unstoppable hand revealing the truth? This is divine justice correcting the wrongs, balancing the scales that others tried to tip against you. Are you ready to step into this moment of restoration? The Bible reminds us in Psalm 7:28, "For the Lord loves the just and will not forsake his faithful ones. He has not forsaken you." Will you now boldly claim what God has restored, standing firm in his promises? This is your time to rise and receive the blessings that have always been meant for you. What will you do with this divine opportunity? Your journey has been anything but easy, hasn't it? To those looking in from the outside, your life might appear as a collection of disjointed moments. Yet, they cannot fathom the full depth of your trials. They don't see the burdens you've borne, the silent struggles that have defined so many of your nights. How many times have you laid awake, wondering what the dawn might bring, weighed down by the shadows of uncertainty? Those fleeting moments when hope seemed no more than a fragile ember, barely alive against the relentless storms of hardship, are imprinted on your soul. You have endured seasons that many would not survive, times marked by profound loss, when those you trusted betrayed you, and the future seemed clouded in doubt. Yet through it all, you persevered. Have you ever paused to reflect on how you've managed to press forward? The Bible reminds us in 2 Corinthians 4:8-9, "We are hard-pressed on every side but not crushed, perplexed but not in despair, persecuted but not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed." Could it be that God's hand was guiding you all along, even when you felt most alone? Do you recall Joseph's story in the book of Genesis? He was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned. Yet, despite these trials, he rose to a place of great influence because God had a purpose for him. Could it be that your own trials are preparing you for something far greater than you can see right now? Each tear you've shed and every challenge you've faced has shaped you, refining you for a divine destiny. As you reflect on your journey, consider this. What if the very struggles you've endured were not random misfortunes, but stepping stones placed by God to lead you toward a purpose beyond your imagination? This long-hidden account, this overdue blessing, is not merely a coincidence. It is a divine acknowledgement of every trial you have endured. The struggles you faced were never random. They served a greater purpose, shaping and refining you. Each hardship was a tool in God's hands, sharpening your resilience and preparing you to receive a blessing of this magnitude. After all, not everyone is equipped to bear the weight of such revelation. Have you ever wondered why it is you who has been chosen for this? Consider this: only someone truly special, someone set apart by God, could navigate the valleys of darkness and still hold unwavering faith in the promise of light. As Psalm 6:12 declares, "For you, God, tested us. You refined us like silver. You brought us into prison and laid burdens on our backs, but you brought us to a place of abundance." Is it possible that your own journey mirrors this sacred truth, that every burden you carried was preparing you for the abundance now revealed? Think about Job, whose story resonates deeply with the chosen one. He lost everything: his wealth, his health, his family. Yet he refused to abandon his faith. God restored him, not just to his former glory, but far beyond, doubling his blessings. Could it be that you, like Job, were being tested not to destroy you, but to prepare you for a transformation beyond anything you could imagine? Ask yourself this: what if every trial, every tear, and every moment of doubt were divinely orchestrated to bring you to this very point? The revelation before you is not just a reward, it is a testament to your faith and strength. Can you feel the shift in your spirit, the sense that everything was leading up to this moment? This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter 1, marked by divine favor and unimaginable blessings. The divine plan required proof that you were truly ready to embrace what has now been unveiled to you. There were moments when self-doubt crept in, when you questioned your worth and wondered if your tireless efforts would ever bear fruit. Yet, look at where you stand today. Every tear, every sleepless night, every act of perseverance has brought you to this moment of revelation, a profound sign that your struggles were never in vain. This hidden account is not just about material wealth, it is tangible evidence of the blessings you have been cultivating all along, even when the harvest seemed invisible. Reflect on Galatians 6:9, which encourages, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Could it be that your unwavering commitment to doing good, even in the face of adversity, has finally opened the door to this abundance? Every seed of faith you planted, every act of kindness you extended, has returned to you in ways far beyond what you imagined. This is not merely a repayment, it is a divine affirmation of your journey. Consider the times when giving up felt like the easier path, the job opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the betrayal of a trusted friend, or the relentless challenges that made you question life's fairness. Yet, instead of surrendering, you chose to adapt. Instead of breaking, you allowed yourself to be reshaped by the trials like gold refined in fire. You grew stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for the blessings God had in store for you. Think of Joseph, whose path to greatness was fraught with hardship. Betrayed by his brothers and imprisoned unjustly, he could have succumbed to despair. Yet, his faith and endurance led to a divine appointment where he saved not only himself but countless others. Could it be that your own trials were preparing you for a moment like this, a moment when the blessings long hidden would finally be revealed? As you stand on the threshold of this transformation, ask yourself, what if every setback was in fact a setup for your breakthrough? This hidden account is just the beginning of a glimpse of the abundant harvest that awaits. It is a reminder that the trials you faced were not meant to destroy you, but to elevate you, bringing you to a place where you can fully embrace the blessings ordained for you. Can you feel the shift in your spirit? The undeniable assurance that this is your time to flourish? This newfound wealth is far more than a mere reward. It is a pivotal turning point in your journey. The challenges that once seemed to anchor you in place were, in truth, lifting you higher, preparing you for a destiny greater than you could have ever envisioned. Every tear you cried, every moment of silent endurance, was noticed and cherished by God. Now here you stand, on the brink of a monumental breakthrough, ready to step fully into the abundance that has been prepared for you. Do you believe it was by chance that this hidden account came into your life? No. It is a divine confirmation that your unwavering faith and perseverance have been seen, honored, and rewarded. Think of Romans 8:28, which promises, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Could it be that every obstacle you faced was orchestrated by God to shape you into someone capable of stewarding such a blessing? This moment is not random. It is the culmination of every sacrifice, every act of faith, and every choice to keep moving forward, even when the road seems impassable. Your struggles were never wasted time. Each trial was a cornerstone building the foundation for the abundance you are now stepping into. Just as David honored his years as a shepherd, years that seemed insignificant compared to the throne, so too should you honor your journey. Those silent battles, the nights spent in prayer and hope, the countless times you choose faith over despair, were all preparing you for this divine moment. Can you see now how each step brought you closer to the blessings God had in store? Declare this truth over your life. I honor my struggles, for they led me to my blessing.